Well, folks, it is primary day here in the state of Florida. Matt Gaetz, right here in my district, is looking to cruise towards another victory, but I guess he thought he needed some help, right? One of his Republican opponents, as I've been discussing, Mark Lombardo, has come out. He put out a new ad last week, actually suggesting that Matt Gaetz might be the Mar-a-Lago informant, attacked him for not being loyal enough to Donald Trump, wrote an op-ed saying he's betrayed his donors by hiring one of Epstein's lawyers to defend him in the ongoing investigation. So Matt Gaetz decided to pull out the big guns, and yesterday he brought in Kimberly Guilfoyle with surprise guest Donald Trump Jr. right here in Pensacola, Florida. And Don Jr., when he took the stage of maybe about 100 people in that audience, based on the pictures that Matt Gaetz shared, Don Jr. addressed the fact that maybe Gaetz is the Mar-a-Lago informant by saying this. I heard that I was coming up here to yell at Matt because apparently he was the FBI informant. I've heard a lot of dumb things, especially since we got into politics and especially since Joe Biden has become president. That is truly one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. There's never been a fighter for the MAGA agenda and for Donald Trump, and most importantly for you and everything that you believe in. It is Matt Gaetz. Now, I'll give you a couple things there, Junior. You're right. Matt Gaetz has absolutely been one of the biggest defenders and supporters of Donald Trump since day one. You're right about that. But fighting for us here in this district, I can promise you, no. No, he hasn't been. We have actually been through multiple crises, including a pretty severe hurricane that knocked out a bridge that was the main artery of getting people. Businesses closed down because of that. Businesses closed because of the pandemic. Matt Gaetz was nowhere to be found. In fact, in the last 2 weeks here, this is about the only time he has spent in this district actually doing any kind of campaign thing since the last time he came down a couple years ago, got hit in the face with a milkshake. Scared him off pretty good, and he stayed away for several years after that. So he's not actually fighting for us, but yes, he is fighting for Donald Trump. And secondly, to say that Gaetz being the informant is the dumbest thing you've ever heard, I'm going to have to call BS on that too. Because there could be some merit to that, right? I mean, Matt Gaetz is under investigation by the FBI and the DOJ. He has nothing he can barter to save his ass in that investigation, but he may have something with an unrelated investigation, like the search and seizure down at Mar-a-Lago. He's been down there. He's hobnobbed, he's rubbed elbows, he's been to events, he's talked to Trump personally. If there were hidden documents there, there's a good chance Matt Gaetz knew about it. So as I've said, maybe Gaetz approached the FBI and said, listen, I don't have anybody in my investigation I can roll on, but what if we cut a deal and I give you information about another investigation you're working on? That is a real possibility. Now, the plausibility of it, I think, is rather low. Yes, it's a thing that absolutely could have happened. The chances of it actually happening are low, but let's not dismiss it as the dumbest thing possible, right? Because there is certainly some merit to it, especially as Matt Gaetz understands that the investigation into his activities is winding down and about to come to indictment time. So maybe he's scared. And when you're a rat backed into a corner, the only thing you know how to do is attack, attack, attack. Even if it means biting the hand that feeds you, which in this instance would of course be Donald Trump. So it's definitely not the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And it certainly isn't the most unrealistic thing to think either. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.